In a world where love often fades with time, there was once a love that only grew stronger. This is the story of Ayan and Zoya, two souls who met in the fire of youth and stayed hand in hand through every storm of life, till the end of their days. A story not of perfection, but of perseverance. Not of fairy tales, but of quiet moments, wrinkles, and real love. Welcome to Circle of Years. And this is the timeless love story of two hearts that never let go. It was the summer of 1969. Ayan was 22, working at his father's bookstore in a small town in northern India. Zoya was just 19, visiting her cousin for the holidays. One day, she walked into the store looking for a poetry book, and that's when time slowed down. Ayan noticed her calm grace, her thoughtful eyes. She noticed the way he handled books like sacred things. Their first conversation was awkward, but unforgettable. It started with poetry, but it ended with daily walks in the park, long letters, and shy glances. They didn't have much, but they had magic. In the early 70s, love wasn't always celebrated, especially across cultures and families. Zoya's parents were skeptical. Ayan came from a modest background. But love doesn't care for bank accounts. For years, they fought for each other. Ayan worked days and studied nights. Zoya began teaching children in the village. Letters became their lifeline. When Ayan got a job in the city, he proposed with a simple ring made of silver. She said yes, crying under the same banyan tree where they first shared their dreams. Their wedding was small, but their hearts were full. Their first home was a one-room flat with leaking ceilings and noisy neighbors. But to them, it was a palace. Zoya painted the walls herself. Ayan filled shelves with books. They would eat simple meals and laugh over tea. There were struggles, miscarriages, lost jobs, medical bills, but they never turned on each other. Instead, they turned to each other. They raised two children with love, discipline, and bedtime stories. On their 10th anniversary, they danced in the kitchen, barefoot, music playing from an old radio. That night, Ayan whispered, "Even if we had to start from nothing again, I'd still choose you." In their 40s, life wasn't dreamy. It was responsibility. Children's schooling, aging parents, mounting bills. Ayan lost his job. Zoya took up 2 tuitions. They sold the car. But every night they sat on the terrace with 2 cups of chai and silence, the comforting kind. They found joy in small victories. A school award, a neighbor's compliment, a blooming rose plant. They didn't say "I love you" every day, but Ayan would fix Zoya's slippers before she even asked. And Zoya would save the last bite of mango for him. Love had matured into something unshakable. When the children moved away, one to London, one to Mumbai, the house grew quieter. But their bond grew louder. They traveled to places they never could in youth: Rishikesh, Jaipur, and even Kerala. They picked up new hobbies: gardening, painting, crossword puzzles. Ayan finally published a collection of poems dedicated to Zoya. And Zoya started recording lullabies she used to sing to the kids for future grandchildren. "We're not old," Zoya said one day, smiling. "We're just vintage." They laughed, holding hands under the fading orange sky. They weren't chasing time anymore. They were cherishing it. In their 70s, everything slowed down. Ayan's memory wasn't what it used to be. Zoya's knees hurt. But the love, it was still young. Every morning, Ayan would read her the newspaper, even if she already read it. Every evening, she would rub oil into his aching back. They sat on the lawn, wrapped in shawls, sipping tea, remembering the park where they once met. When their granddaughter asked, "How did you stay in love for so long?" Zoya replied, "We didn't stay in love. We kept choosing love, again and again." One winter morning, Ayan didn't wake up. He passed peacefully, with her name on his lips. Zoya didn't cry loudly. She held his hand one last time and kissed his forehead. At his funeral, she read a poem he had written years ago. "If I leave first, don't mourn me with sorrow, but smile at the sky, and I'll be your tomorrow." She lived 5 more years, tending to the roses, replying to letters, and writing their love story. When she finally left this world, she was buried beside him, just as they had promised. Some love stories don't need grand gestures or viral proposals. They need 2 people showing up for each other every day. Ayan and Zoya's story isn't rare. It's just quiet, deep, eternal. It reminds us that love isn't about fireworks. It's about warmth in the cold, tea on tired evenings, and holding wrinkled hands through it all. If you believe in that kind of love, share this story. Subscribe to Circle of Years. And remember, true love doesn't age, it evolves.